happened in this mobile home in 1987. Investigators say the Dardeen family was brutally murdered. Elaine and their son Peter were bound and beaten to death. Elaine, 7 months pregnant at the time, prematurely gave birth during the beating
Welcome
to a
back
little
to Dead
girl.
Memories, where we explore true crime cases that continue to haunt us to this day. Today, we delve into the perplexing mystery of the Dardeen family murders. Our story begins in the small, peaceful town of Ina, Illinois. Located in Jefferson County, Ina is a small knit community where everyone knows each other. With a population of just around 500 people, it is the kind of place where neighbors greet each other warmly and the sense of community is strong. Picture vast stretches of farmland, modest mobile homes, and a network of roads that connect the townsfolk. Ina, with its rolling fields and friendly faces, seemed like the epitome of rural American tranquility. Keith and Eileen Dardeen, along with their young son Peter, were the epitome of a young, loving family in their community. Keith worked as a treatment plant operator, while Eileen had found a job at an office supply store in Mount Vernon in Jefferson County. When they were not working, the couple were part of the musical ensemble at a small Baptist church in their village. Keith sang lead vocals while Eileen played the piano. In this small community, the Dardeen were known for their friendliness and their song strengths of family. Keith was an active member of the local baseball team and often volunteered in community services. Eileen was known for her warm personality and was active in the local church. They were the kind of people who would help anyone in need, especially always ready to lend a hand. There had been 15 homicides in Jefferson County during the previous 2 years, starting with those committed by Thomas Odell, a Mount Vernon teenager who had killed his parents and three siblings as they individually returned to their house one night in 1985. Though Odell, as well as some of those charged with murder in the other cases, had been convicted, residents of the rural area had become fearful and stressed. A friend of Keith said that after a 10-year-old girl had been raped and murdered in the area in May 1987, Keith became so protective of his family that one night when a young woman came by the mobile home asking if she could make a phone call, he refused to let her in. On the day of the murders, the weather was rather dismal, with overcast skies and intermittent rain showers. The grey, dreary atmosphere added an eerie backdrop to the tragic events that would soon unfold. On November 18th, a routine day took a dark turn when Keith Dardeen failed to show up for his shift at the treatment plant. Concerned, his supervisors reached out to Keith's parents only to find out they were just as puzzled by his absence. Inside the house, they found a scene of unimaginable horror. Eileen, Peter, and newborn girl lay lifeless in the same bed, victims of a brutal and vicious attack. Eileen had been bound and gagged with a duct tape, and both she and Peter had been beaten to death, likely with a baseball bat found at the scene. Eileen's injuries were so severe that she had gone into labor, giving birth to a baby girl who met the same tragic fate as her mother and brother. The killer had gained entry into the home, likely through a window, catching the family off guard as they slept. The ferocity of the attack suggests a frenzied assault, possibly motivated by a deep seated rage or personal vendetta. However, Keith Dardeen was nowhere to be found. prompting investigators to believe he was responsible for the heinous act. But their search for him took a rather shocking turn. A group of hunters stumbled upon Keith's body, riddled with bullets, with his penis severed. His scar, stained with blood, was found outside, parked outside the police station in Benton. The investigation into the Dardeen family murders had taken a gruesome and unexpected turn, leaving law enforcement grappling with more questions than answers. Autopsy revealed that Keith Dardeen had died from blunt force trauma to the head, while Eileen and Peter had been strangled. The injuries sustained by the victims were consistent with a violent struggle. Despite an exhaustive investigation, law enforcement was unable to identify a suspect. Various individuals were considered persons of interest, but no arrests were made. This case remains a haunting enigma to this day. Numerous theories have emerged over the years, ranging from a targeted attack to a random act of violence by a transient passing through town. However, no concrete evidence has been found to support any theory, leaving the case shrouded in mystery. Possible suspects have been included as serial killers who were active in the area at the time. One such suspect was Tommy Lynn Sells, a convicted serial killer known for his brutality. While he confessed to the murders, his confession lacked specific details and were considered unreliable. Investigators have not been able to definitely link him to the crime. The Dardeen family murders sent a shockwaves through the close-knit community of Aina, leaving residents fearful and unsettled. The tragedy left a lasting scar on the town, forever altering its sense of safety and security. Interviews with community members revealed shock and disbelief that swept through Aina. Friends and neighbors of the Dardeen family spoke of their disbelief that anyone could harbor such hatred for such a kind and loving family. The community struggled to come to terms with the brutality of the crime and the possibility that the murderer could be someone they knew. Over the years, advances in forensic technology have led to re examinations of the evidence, but each time the results have been inconclusive. The lack of DNA evidence and the absence of clear suspects have kept the case in limbo. Detectives have continuously reviewed the case files, hoping for a breakthrough that has yet to come. Decades have passed since the Dardeen family murders, yet the case remains unsolved. Despite periodic efforts by law enforcement, the killer has never been brought to justice, leaving the case in darkness and uncertainty. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe